So then guys, today let's talk about my favourite iPad of all. And that's right guys, today I want to tell you the latest and greatest of everything we know about the next generation of the iPad mini. But quickly, a quick little history lesson of where we are with the current iPad mini. So the current iPad mini design that we have right now was first introduced back in 2021. And it was one of the last iPads to actually get this kind of form factor, mini sort of design of what the iPad Pro came out in 2018. It was based on that kind of design, but obviously it had a few other little changes on it. We had things like, for example, Touch ID added to it. The volume rockers are on the same size as Touch ID. And also the screen is now 8.3 inches big, and this is bigger than the previous generation of the iPad mini at 7.9 inches, and it's a full display, and it is a really great device. Now obviously there have been some times where people have actually put down the iPad mini that obviously it doesn't have, say, a 120 Hz ProMotion display, and this is something I would actually personally also like to see inside of it, and also that the bezels around the edge of the iPad mini, they are a little big, especially for obviously the size of this actual device. I wouldn't mind them being a little bit smaller there. But apart from this though, a lot of other people have also wanted the likes of, say, an M chip to be put inside of it. But when that iPad mini came out back in 2021, well, it had the A15 chip in it. What was quite a good chip. It was the newest one at the time. We also came out with the iPhone 13s at that exact time, but obviously it needed to be upgraded. But fast forward over to 2024 and the iPad mini did get an upgrade. What it actually got an upgrade to, it actually got an A17 Pro put inside of it. And essentially this is almost the same A17 Pro that we got inside likes of the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. There is one less graphical core inside of it, but apart from that, it's almost identical in it. But obviously, yeah, it's a little bit less power than, say, an iPhone 15 Pro, but still it's a great device. But again, a lot of you guys are disappointed that we didn't get that 120 Hz display put inside the iPad mini, and also, like I said, the bezels are still a little bit big. But overall, the iPad mini is still a great seller, and lots of people still buy it today, including myself, because I own one. But then for the next generation of the iPad mini, you're probably wondering what kind of upgrades we're going to get inside of it. Well, I've got you some bad news that it's more than likely the design of the next generation of the iPad mini is probably not going to change. It's probably going to be the exact same design we have right here, right now. There is the possibility that, for example, that a mini display or mini LED display could be put inside of this, and then obviously that'll be made into a ProMotion display. This is one upgrade that Apple may do to this iPad mini. But at the moment, there's not many leaks and rumors bouncing around saying that this is definitely going to happen, but it's something that we all really want. Probably more than likely, if we are going to be getting the iPad mini updated soon, the biggest change is going to be the chip put inside of it. And the more than likely that chip is going to be the A18 Pro put inside of it. And again, I would say probably a GPU core or two will be knocked off it to knock it down a little bit less than what we've got inside the likes of, say, the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So obviously that has 6 graphical cores. More than likely that the iPad mini with an A18 Pro would probably have 5 graphical cores or even 4 inside of it. And really this would be the biggest change that would actually happen to this iPad. Nothing else would probably change that much. You know, the USB-C port would be in the exact same location, the speakers, everything else, the battery life probably will all stay exactly the same. Now, we have had some leaks in saying that the new iPad mini might have an OLED display, as you can see right here, but personally, I would take this with a grain of salt. Personally, I think the iPad Air is probably going to get an OLED display before the iPad mini, but, you know, it might be happening. The iPad mini may get the OLED display first, but personally, I just believe that this might not be the case. And I think, you know, more likely that we're probably going to get inside of it, say, a mini LED display first of all. But you never know. Hopefully, these leaks are correct and I'm completely wrong here. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. And with that, you might be a little bit deflated to hear this news about the iPad mini, but I do have some good news, and that is the giveaway we are doing on this channel for this right here. And this here is a MacBook Air, what I'm going to be giving away at the end of June time. It's just a couple of weeks away now, and you can enter into this giveaway right now. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is just put down into the comments below at this stage of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it is going to be a new iPad iPad mini. Maybe it's going to be a new iPhone. Maybe it's got nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could be, say, a Nintendo Switch 2 or something else completely different. Just let me know in the comments below. Now, the other part of the giveaway is going to be happening at the end of June time, and where that's going to happen, I'm going to give you the details where I'm going to do the live stream to give away this MacBook Air, and also at the same time, I'll be giving you more details, including a form to fill in and things like this all around that time. So make sure if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because at the end of the day, you know, if you're not a subscriber, you know, you might not get this MacBook Air because I'm giving it away to a subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys is, sadly, there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonate you, tend to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best can see right here. Please do report them. So then, moving on for the iPad mini's next generation release date and price. Let's talk about price first of all. Right now, the price for the iPad mini starts at $499 US, and this is for the Wi-Fi version. If you've got the cellular version with 5G capability, well, that costs you $150 more at $650. But sticking back to, say, the $499 version, the base model with 128 gigabytes of storage, this is probably going to stay exactly the same for the next generation. So obviously we're probably going to still get inside of it 8 gigabytes of RAM, that A18 Pro like I said, but the price will probably stay exactly the same and the storage. The main change would just be the chip inside of it. So for this then, just the price, you know, wouldn't be changing. But then having said that, obviously if there's tariffs and things that are going to interfere with that, that is subject to change. But as it stands right now, the next generation of the iPad mini, if it stays exactly the same as it is right now in its design language and everything, it's going to stay at $499 US. But then for the actual release date of the iPad mini, because we only got the last generation of the iPad mini with the A17 Pro at the end of 2024, it is unlikely in 2025 it is going to get an update. The earliest it's looking now that we're going to get an update to the iPad mini could be around March 2026, or it could be later on in 2026. I think that Apple want to get the A19 Pro out before they decide to update the iPad mini with the last generation A18 Pro inside of it first. So they want to get that out first. So you can understand that's where that timing kind of suits well, that we'd actually get that probably, like I said, around about kind of March time, or the end of, say, you know, kind of October sort of time, or November in 2026. So that's when the next generation is going to be happening. But with that then, guys, that is the latest and greatest we've heard for the iPad mini. Are you excited for the next generation, or are you going to go and buy yourself the current generation? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.